One look at the Pisces zodiac sign and you would naturally think of the Yin-Yang symbol. If you do, then you are onto something. Symbolized by two identical fish headed in opposite directions, it is already clear that you are dealing with a transient creature. This zodiac sign is one of the mutable ones. There is an interplay of dual personalities, which can make dealing with one of them complicated. But guess what? It is said that these ones are the most magical of all. It is already exciting and mysterious, but we are just getting started. There is so much to learn, love, and maybe not like about these sophisticated ones. Without further ado, let's delve into the deep waters and learn more about the nature of the mutable fish. Pisces season starts just after everyone has finished their Valentine's Day candy. It is the 12th and final sign of astrology in the zodiac, with the sun passing through this region between February 19th and March 20th. According to classical interpretations, the ichthyocentaurs who helped Aphrodite when she emerged from the sea are the source of the zodiac symbol. This negative mutable water sign is symbolized by two fish swimming in opposite directions. Little wonder they are usually torn between following their fantasy and being realistic. As if their symbol wasn't enough to drive their world of wishful thinking, these ethereal fish are ruled by Neptune, the celestial body that controls imagination and dreams. Neptune endows the Piscean personality with a penchant for art, mystical thinking, and daydreams. A Pisces' behavior changes based on who they are around. This mutability of theirs tends to blur the lines of distinction, giving everyone a hard time describing their personality. These water signs are like one large sponge that easily soaks up the energy around them as they enjoy living in the shadows. So, if they're around lively folks, then you get to enjoy their animated side, and if otherwise, well, you just have to take them as they come. Nevertheless, this does not dispute the fact that Pisceans are the most artistic of the zodiac signs. This comes as no surprise as their planetary ruler gives them all the inspiration they require. Their reputations as dreamers and their vivid imaginations make them good candidates for pastimes like writing, music, and art. They are less constrained by logic than many other signs of the zodiac, and their willingness to consider novel concepts enables them to pursue imaginative routes that others would overlook or write off as impossible. The empathy of the zodiac sign also knows no bounds. No better option than a Pisces if you need a shoulder to cry on or someone to listen to you. Pisceans are renowned for their graciousness, attentiveness, and compassion. They are among the astrological signs with the highest levels of empathy. You can trust them to go the extra mile to make sure that those around them are content. Aside from their readiness to help, these fish are extremely sensitive to the feelings of those around them. You mostly don't even have to say a word before they start offering to be of assistance. If you cry in front of these soft-hearted ones, don't be surprised when they start crying with you. Another thing you can count on in Pisceans is their selflessness. They're extremely generous and will always be there for you when you need them, regardless of how you treat them. They're renowned for prioritizing the needs of others over their own. Trust them to constantly go out of their way to be kind to you, even if it sometimes compromises their own happiness. They're so keen on satisfying those they care about. When it comes to the question of compatibility, Pisces are big on having partners that are equally creative and generous. If they find someone who is always interested in the subject of development and unity, then it's a match made in heaven. Pisces and fellow water signs Cancer and Scorpio make the best companions and partners since they both use the same ethereal emotional language. They also make a great pair with earth signs like Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus because they offer an air of confidence and balance. Generosity? Check. Intuition? Check. Empathy? Double check. No doubt, Pisces is one nice bunch to have in your circle. However, don't get carried away by their soft hearts, as this zodiac sign also has its flaws. One major trait you have to be prepared for as a friend to a Piscean is their unpredictable emotional downtime. Pisces always want to feel everything intensely, and they can't help it. They can be lively one minute and then become moody the next. And once they get into this bad mood, It can take a very long time for them to get out of it, which explains why these signs are prone to harboring resentments. The best thing to do when they are having one of their moments is to give them some space. Pisces folks can also be a little gullible and inclined to please others. These water signs would likewise frequently agree to something suggested by a more forceful person because they try to avoid arguments at any cost and have this unnecessary need to always want to please others. Let's not forget to mention that Pisceans are often lonely due to their inclination to dwell on fantasies. Their daydreaming nature frequently makes them pursue unrealistic and unreasonable ventures that most would not support. One more thing to be wary of when dealing with a Piscean is how closed off they can be. Even though Pisces see no big deal in putting in a lot of effort to care for others, they frequently struggle to accept assistance. This is partially because they frequently feel misunderstood or that others do not invest the same amount of time in understanding them as they do in understanding others. They can also be overly trusting, which frequently sets them up for vulnerability and betrayal. And when they get hurt, it usually requires a bit of effort for them to get over it. Pisces can even start to withdraw from others as a form of self-defense when they have suffered one too many backstabs. These ethereal ones don't need their feelings tormented by others who don't care about them because their emotions are strong enough as it is. Just like their creature, the fish, Pisceans can be elusive, and this can be frustrating in a relationship. If you have one in your life, you need to be a strong guide and be very patient. Just like an angler, you cannot get a fish if you are not calm and grounded. They will tend to lose focus on things that should be fundamentally important, so much that they seem lost in fantasies. This could be good because they inspire experiences that can be described as magical, but it is dangerous because reality could be tough for them to handle. Fishes don't like pressure. If things get too tough, they want the easiest way out. Mental stress is something they would avoid by all means, so don't expect them to enter into arguments, power tussles, or avoidable confrontations. They want to be left alone in peace. Another thing you must know is they don't like making tough decisions. This is due to their avoidance of dealing with pressure. They are likely to agree with the decision of a group even when they don't like it. This can be very frustrating even for a Piscean. They often find themselves wishing they had said more or done more. They would trust the instinct of a group and prefer the path of majority being happy than for a few people to derive satisfaction at the expense of everyone else. While this is generous of them, sometimes it could mean not paying enough attention to the implications of the decisions being made. In relationships, Pisceans live in their own bubble. A lot of emotions are not expressed. A lot of thoughts are kept within. You may become disconnected from your Piscean partner if you are unable to enter into their safe place. Popping this bubble is not a good idea. You must allow them to create their haven, or else you risk handling emotions you may never be able to contain. Essentially, people with confrontational and imposeful personalities would never get along with the Pisces. Every lesson learned by other signs, including the pleasures, pains, hopes, and anxieties, have been absorbed by this last sign of the zodiac. Little wonder they are the most intuitive, sympathetic, and caring folks of the astrological signs. Those who have had relationships with Pisceans would have a lot to say, so spill it out in the comment section below. We really want to hear from you and the fishes too.